Hello and happy Monday. I'm Cassidy Rickley.
And I'm Sneha Vieira. You're watching NewsWatch Ole Miss. Breaking news, Delta airplane crashed upside down moments ago in Toronto, Canada. A total of 80 people, 76 passengers, and 4 crew have all been accounted for.
But that is all the information that we have right now. NewsWatch will update as we find out more. Continuing with headline news, we also have an update on the Jamie J. Lee investigation. The former Ole Miss student was finally laid to rest after a really hard 2.5 years.
Lee went missing from campus in July of 2022. This was a very public investigation, and Lee's family mentions how all of the overwhelming support is fuel to keep on standing during all of the heartache.
Lee's body was found earlier this month, and the family had a public memorial service to honor Jamie.
Timothy Harrington, Lee's accused killer, has been put behind bars and stood trial in December. This ended in a hung jury, and his second trial date is still undecided. Our hearts at NewsWatch go out to all of those closely affected by this trial.
Yes, but now we're going to switch gears a little bit, and we're going to talk about how cold it is outside today.
Oh, I know. I don't understand the Mississippi weather. It was so hot just 2 days ago.
I know, but let's check in with weather anchor Mackenzie Cox to see how it's looking outside right now. Mackenzie?
Good evening, Rebels. It's currently 43 degrees and getting colder. We're under a winter weather advisory until midway through this week. Stay tuned for more in news and weather.
Thank you, Mackenzie. You're looking for something to brighten up your day? You are in luck.
Our pet of the week is Ellie, a young, energetic palm mix that is ready to be adopted from the Oxford Animal Resource Center.
Reporter Tyra Walton got to learn more about our furry friend.
This week's Pet of the Week from Oxford Animal Resource Center is Ellie. Ellie is a 1-year-old hound mix female who weighs 40 pounds. Ellie is spayed, crate trained, potty trained, and professionally trained for basic obedience through K9 Solutions. She knows how to sit, come, play, and has good leash manners. Ellie loves to run, play fetch, and loves children. For only $50, Ellie can be your new best friend. If you would like to adopt Ellie or any of the other furry friends at the Oxford Animal Resource Center, call 662-234-3981 or stop by 413 McElroy Drive in Oxford, Mississippi. For NewsWatch Ole Miss, Tyra Walton reporting.
Waterman Hall, currently a male-only dormitory, will turn into a student engagement center. The center will provide a space for hosting programs and events. The university is collaborating with students and faculty to create the facility, and proposed features include lounges, study rooms, staff offices, and an outdoor plaza. The university hopes for the Student Engagement Center to become a place that cultivates success, strengthens a sense of community, and promotes opportunities for all students.
Mississippi universities are at a risk of losing up to tens of millions of dollars in federal funding for health research, all if Trump's administration policy can withstand legal challenges.
A Boston federal judge blocked the National Institutes of Health for the time being. Affected institutions have over $97 million in active grants, which have supported over 1,200 jobs.
The NIH represented lower cost rates for ways to carefully steward tax-paying money through all of the change. An Ole Miss ambassador states that all of these said problems will be carefully watched over, but declined to comment further on this situation.
If you're a movie lover, you're in luck. The Oxford Film Festival is taking place from February 27 to March 2nd at the Oxford Cinemas. The film festival features more than 80 films from independent filmmakers, and many center around Mississippi culture and history. The festival also includes Q&A sessions and interactive events. Some feature films relevant to important topics like spousal abuse, LGBTQ+ experiences, crime, and more. It's a chance to watch enlightening films and hear from their creators.
After the break, we will talk more about one of the events hosted for Valentine's Day, or should I say Galentine's Day.
Plus, stay tuned for The Watch with the top national news stories of today. NewsWatch Ole Miss will be right back.
Sometimes in life, in order to move forward, it helps to look back.
To learn from the pioneers and trailblazers.
To gain inspiration from those who came before us.
To show us what it means to act with empathy and to show that love has no labels.
Join WWE and Love Has No Labels throughout the year in celebrating people from all communities and heritages.
Because when love has no labels,
That's a love we can all fight for.
Hurricane Helene, devastating impacts on the southeast. Now it's time to help the people and communities who need it most. To make a one-time financial gift to the American Red Cross, scan the QR code on the screen. Make sure to select I want to support Hurricane Helene and enter how much you'd like to donate. Or go to redcross.org/donate. Together, we will make a difference for those recovering in hard-hit communities.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole. The Women's Engineering Society hosted a Galentine's to celebrate the holiday of love. NewsWatch reporter Gianna Gonzalez went to see what the club is all about.
The Society of Women's Engineering Club held a Galentine's Day for all members. I had the opportunity to interview a few and ask about the club itself.
When I originally joined SWE my freshman year, there were only 6 members, but we got really close. We had a ton of fun together, so it kind of became a personal mission for me to grow SWE, get more people involved, and I figured the best way to do that was from an officer position, so I kind of worked my way through that, and now I'm president. I have really good friends that have come from SWE or that I drug into SWE, and then I also got, one of my internships was through the SWE National Conference, and I've made quite a few industry connections as well. I'm passionate about engineering because I love problem solving, and I feel like it's a good way for me to use my skills and my passions to better the world. I would encourage people to join SWE for not only the personal connections, but the support network that it gives you. There are other people taking the classes you're in. We're all in it together, and it gives you a really good place to kind of talk about what's going on and get the support from people who have been through it before too.
This event was also a great way for all members to get together.
The Society of Women Engineers is a club for all engineering majors, mostly women, not just women, and they meet every few weeks, once a month about, and there's food, and it's a lot of fun to get to be with your peers. Ella Emmerich, the president of SWE, is one of my really good friends, and she was hyping it up so much, even before she was president. I knew that this was a great place.
I saw SWE as an opportunity to connect with women in engineering. As it is a male-dominated field, I wanted to have a community of women to support me through my engineering journey.
Our most recent professional adventure, the connection the club has brought us, was the Society of Women Engineering Conference that we went to in Chicago, where we both got jobs. I'm passionate about engineering because I like math and I don't have the stomach to be a doctor, so like the second best was to work with medical equipment.
I am really interested in the aerospace industry, and so working in engineering brings me closer to making an impact for the aerospace and defense industry. I'm Gianna Gonzalez in NewsWatch Ole.
Thank you, Gianna. Now I'm going to turn it on over to Sneha for the rundown of all your national news.
Thank you, Cassidy. Mexico's president is threatening to sue Google over the controversial renaming of the Gulf of Mexico. This comes after President Trump's decree to change the name to Gulf of America on U.S. maps.
What they are telling us is that President Trump's decree changed the name from the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. But this is incorrect, as I have said many times. President Trump's decree only changed the name within his own continental shelf, which extends 22 nautical miles from the US coast, not the entire Gulf.
Mexico has now sent a new letter to Google demanding the name change only to apply to U.S. waters. The tech giant says users in Mexico will still see Gulf of Mexico while U.S. users will see Gulf of America. And the newly deformed Department of Government Efficiency, aka DOGE, headed by Elon Musk, is now requesting access to the Internal Revenue Service's secure taxpayer database. This unprecedented move would grant the agency visibility into sensitive financial records, including tax returns and banking information of millions of Americans. DOGE officials state this initiative is part of their mandate to streamline federal operations. And privacy experts note this act would mark the first time a non-IRS agency has been granted direct access to this level of taxpayer data. The Treasury Department has not yet issued an official statement on the matter. As emergency talks unfold in Paris regarding the ongoing Ukraine situation, former President Donald Trump is set to meet with French President Emmanuel Macron. This high-level conversation comes at a critical moment as European leaders gather for urgent discussions about Ukraine's current circumstances. This meeting will mark a significant diplomatic exchange between the former U.S. president and one of Europe's key leaders. While details of the planned discussion remain private, the timing suggests Ukraine will be a central focus. And that wraps up all the national news I have for you tonight. Thanks for tuning in to The Watch. NewsWatch Ole Miss will be back for all your weather coverage after this.
This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Some people have a deep, abiding respect for the natural beauty that was once this country. And some people don't. People start pollution. People can stop it.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Hello and welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. It's been a cold day outside and it's set to continue this week. It's currently 43 degrees outside and right now we're under a winter weather advisory. Sunny skies though, which is making that a little bit less of a blow, thank goodness. Let's see. And looking at our regional conditions today, we can see it's been a similar day all across North Mississippi. We've been in the low to mid 40s across the region. Again, that is set to continue, not much variation there. But tonight, let's see, well, first we'll look at a national picture, and you can see, I wanted to give you a heads up of some things moving our way in the coming weeks. So we can see here we've got some mixed precipitation up in the northwest, and that's going to be working its way down, which should help to explain some of the changes in temperatures that we'll be seeing this week. All I can say is get ready to bundle up. It's going to be even colder this evening, 28 degrees, so definitely going to want to bring a jacket if you have any outdoor plans tonight, and we'll have some cloud coverage moving in as well. Low chance of precipitation though, so nothing to worry about, which is good news, especially at that temperature. Tomorrow will be warming up a little bit to 46 degrees, still a little colder than we're used to, mostly cloudy skies. Again, that coverage moving in to potentially talk about some precipitation on Wednesday. Now, what form that's going to be is the big question. Similar day across North Mississippi, but we'll be getting up to almost 50 in Tupelo, so some of those warmer temperatures coming back before they go right back away again in our 5-day forecast. You can see it's almost a bell curve this week. We've got our lowest temperatures in the middle of the week, and the big talk on campus is that chance of precipitation or snow on Wednesday. We'll have to see.
I really was not expecting to have to take out my winter jacket again after that nice weather that we had. So
No, it's been so freezing lately. I don't know if I can deal with it.
Yeah, and we might have to keep our jackets out because we are starting everyone's favorite outdoor sport, baseball. We are going to talk all things Ole Miss sports that happened this weekend. You know, some wins, some losses after the break.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation, innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. They're skilled experts, discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, leading by example. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org.
Gonna be a hot one out there for move-in weekend, Ole Miss. Good luck this year, Rep.
You did it. You're home. I can't wait for you to discover the true meaning of hotty toddy. It's a cheer that connects us all to the red and blue. It's the moment that begins when you step on campus and continues long after you turn your tassel. I can't wait for you to discover your legacy and make the world a better place. Are you ready?
Everyone has a ritual. That small thing to keep us focused. A habit we never skip. To clear our minds and elevate our performance. What do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Maybe you surround yourself with positivity. Or you need to center yourself. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body. It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Welcome back, Revs. I'm Erica Dirkey with Sports Watch. Baseball is back, y'all, and Ole Miss had a great weekend at the Shriner Children's College Showdown in Arlington, Texas. They started with a 2-1 win over number 21 ranked Arizona in their first game of the year. Pitcher Hunter Elliott pitched 5 shutout, 2-hit innings in his first start since April 2023. Isaac Humphrey in his first game as a Rebel went 2 for 3 and had the difference-making solo homer. Game 2 went a little differently as the Rebels were run-ruled by number 19 ranked Texas 10-0 with only 2 hits. Even though a disaster inning in the 4th allowed Texas to score 7 runs, Walter Hooks made his collegiate debut out of the bullpen pitching 2 2/3 scoreless. Ole Miss did end the weekend doing some run-ruling of themselves, beating number 15 ranked Clemson. Luke Hill went 3 for 5 with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. Make sure to be at Swayze at 4 tomorrow for the home opener. Although Ole Miss may run the SIP when it comes to football, the men's basketball team fell once again to Mississippi State this weekend. Sports reporter Haley Hood was at the pavilion to catch all the action in this heart-wrenching loss.
The Ole Miss Rebels took on Mississippi State Saturday in what turned out to be a hard-fought matchup at the SJB Pavilion. The atmosphere was electric as these two SEC rivals squared off and both teams came out with a lot of energy. Ole Miss opened the game on fire, hitting 5 of their first 7 shots. The Rebels were in sync offensively and they took an early 15-7 lead with 14 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first half. Mississippi State was a bit slow to find their rhythm, but the Bulldogs quickly got things rolling. They used a 7-0 run to cut the Rebels' lead to just 1 point, 22-21, with 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the half. Jalen Murray was leading the charge for Ole Miss, scoring 9 points in the first half and providing a steady hand for the Rebels. With about 3 minutes left, Mississippi State tied the game at 31-all and the momentum was shifting. The Bulldogs closed out the half with a 9-2 run to take a 40-33 lead. The second half began with Mississippi State coming out strong. They quickly stretched their lead to 11 points with 14 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Even though Ole Miss tightened up defensively, limiting the Bulldogs to just 2 for 13 from beyond the arc, Mississippi State continued to dominate. Ole Miss was struggling to find consistent scoring. Jalen Murray kept fighting, finishing with 14 points, but the Rebels couldn't get into a rhythm offensively in the second half. Mississippi State's defense stifled their outside shooting, holding them to just 25% from three-point range. The Bulldogs were receiving help from all over the court, including 14 points from Josh Hubbard and 11 from Riley Kugel. With just under 9 minutes left, the Bulldogs had their biggest lead of the game at 67-48 after a steal and fast break layup from Kugel, which was capped off by Sean Jones Jr., finishing at the rim. Ole Miss tried to fight back, but Mississippi State never let up. The Bulldogs capitalized on every opportunity, making 4 free throws and gaining possession. The Bulldogs maintained their double-digit lead, never letting the Rebels get any closer than 9 points in the final minutes.
What an unexpected finish here at the SJB Pavilion, where the Ole Miss Rebels have sadly taken a heartbreaking loss to the Mississippi State Bulldogs with a final score of 71-81. The Rebels will head to Nashville next weekend, where they will face off against Vanderbilt Saturday, February 22nd at 2:30 p.m., where hopefully we can see a win. That's all I've got for tonight, and for NewsWatch Ole Miss, I am Haley Hood.
And women's basketball, too, unfortunately fell to ranked Tennessee on Sunday, despite an impressive 22 points by KK Deans, 11 steals, and 4 different Rebels scoring at least 10 points. Madison Scott had her 1,000th career rebound, becoming only the 3rd active SEC player to do so and the 4th in Ole Miss history. Scott had also scored in the double digits and did so for the last 8 games. Both defenses were strong from the start, with the Volunteers only leading 6-3 at the first media timeout. But unfortunately, Tennessee ran away with it offensively, bringing our SEC record to 8-5. Here is what head coach Yo had to say about the Lady Rebs from an offensive standpoint.
The first quarter killed us, and from an offensive standpoint, I feel like we missed so many layups. Most times when we do uncharacteristic stuff like that, most times it comes down to maybe a fatigue factor, a shock factor, but nevertheless, I thought that was the deciding factor of the game. So every time we made a push, it was for us to get back in the game and not pull away.
And that's all I've got for sports today. Be sure to follow us on our socials and tune in again tomorrow at 5. NewsWatch Ole Miss will be right back with a special guest.
And just like that, she starts to grin. A special flame's been lit within. The spark of something new begins. There's something in the water. On her own, she's in the zone. Determination can't be thrown. Resilience building in her bones. There's something in the water. With her gator on and her waders on, she can tackle anything till dawn. There must be something in the water. On and off the boat she flies. The sky's the limit, she's soaring high. She's a force of nature on the rise. There's something in the water.
Just
Just try one. If you don't like it, it's easy to give up.
Uh-oh, nicotine. I'd better move fast. Up and away!
Go on, kid, go on.
He's Superman! Superman, is it hard to give up smoking or is it easy like nicotine says?
You no good windbag, nicotine.
No, Superman. Leave me one. Please, I need one. Just...
That's how hard it is. That's why I never say yes to a cigarette.
How to know if you should reach out to a friend? Your friend might be worried, sad, grumpy, angry,
stressed, weird, rebellious,
anxious,
antisocial,
lonely, sleeping less,
sleeping more,
eating less, eating more. Look, there are a lot of things to watch out for, but you know your friend best. So if they're not acting themselves, why not say something? Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org. Awkward.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. To close out tonight's show, we have a special edition of 4 Good Minutes featuring Truman Southern.
NewsWatch reporter Leslie Lackman has the story.
Mom! We made it! We're on NewsWatch. Thank y'all
for having me.
Sound familiar? Hi, I'm Leslie Lackman on NewsWatch. Today we are talking all things Grove Reports. Joined with me here today is Truman Southern, also known as Shoddy Southern, the viral internet sensation with over 10 million views across TikTok and Instagram Reels, known for doing reports live from the Ole Miss Grove. Truman, welcome to Let's Talk About It.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, let's dive right in. So, where did that first video come from? What was the inspiration behind it?
Are you talking about the one in the, like, Mom, we're in the Grove?
Viral in the rain in the Grove.
Yeah, so, I mean, that started out, my mom was actually on her way to the Grove, and that was literally a video just to send to her. I actually, like, literally, no one really knows this. I sent it straight to her, and she was like, why don't you post that? It's, like, kind of funny. And I posted it, and what's weird about it is it got, like, 10 to 20,000 views in the first 24 hours. Right. Day 2, we hit 1 million. Day 3, we were at 3 million. And then from then on out, I was just like, you know what? Screw it, I'm going to be an influencer. And that's just kind of the route I've taken now.
Yeah, how much are you putting into these videos?
It really depends. You know, like the vlog videos that I do don't really do as well, but I'm putting like 2 to 3 hours editing those, getting the clips. And then, you know, you got like your pregame videos that I do that take me like 10 minutes to edit and do all that, and I'm like pretty blitzed when I edit them, which is like kind of cool. Like I can do all the grammar stuff when I'm drinking and all that. It saves me time, but
yeah, totally. Yeah. So, you know, you refer to your mom a lot, you know, in each of your videos. People are dying to know, what are your mom's thoughts about all of this?
My mom's actually like literally my best friend. I've probably talked to her 4 times already today. You know, I get her advice on everything, and she knows at the end of the day, like, you know, I might make my videos might make it look like, you know, I'm drinking 24/7, but I'm just really good at marketing myself in the way of like, you know, I want people to think I'm doing this, that. Super Bowl happened the other day. I wasn't there, but I posted like I was at it. I had people asking me all over the place. But, you know, my mom, she's proud of me at the end of the day. Like I'm a good kid. I do a lot of good stuff, and you know, the content might not reflect that in the best way, but she knows at the end of the day I'm doing what's fun, what's, you know, just having a good time.
A little bit of work hard, play hard, if you will.
Yeah, build my brand.
Yeah, so I believe in it too. So do you have any projects coming up? What are we working on in the future, if so you have any?
I've actually got a lot of good stuff coming up. I really want to pivot more to the golf content route. I just think, like, you know, with me graduating this year, I think that, you know, moving into golf content, there's a lot of stuff you can do with it. I'm actually going to Kiowa for spring break, so I'm going to be playing the Historical Ocean course, a few others. I'm also going to Scotland and Ireland, so you'll see, like, 10 golf videos there. I mean, I'm going to have a lot of really good projects coming up soon. Camera work, I've gotten better with it. The videos are going to get a little bit more professional. So, you know, I'm honestly really excited to see what I'm going to do myself. I honestly don't know what the future holds.
How do you balance school? What's the time management looking like?
Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy. I'm actually the lacrosse president. I got my own school. I'm in 18 hours right now to graduate this semester. And then I do my social media on top of it all. I've gotten really good about, you know, being quick with the social media stuff. I walk to class, so on my way to class, I'll post a video. You know, I honestly don't know how I get it done. I just kind of get it done. It's a lot of caffeine, a lot of, you know, not sleepless nights, but a lot of 3-4 hour nights of sleep. Like, you know, it's complicated. You know, it's a lifestyle, but I enjoy it a lot.
That's good to hear. Okay, thank you so much. This has been Leslie Lackman. Back to you guys at the desk.
Well, that's all we have for tonight. Tune in tomorrow. I'm Cassidy Rickley.
And I'm Sneha Vieira with your latest news.
Be sure to keep up with our socials and tune in tomorrow at 5. NewsWatch Ole Miss, where we keep it live
and keep it local.